Hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot, the audio edition, the edition for people who are multitaskers and for people who want to strengthen their imagination. Because looking at a screen with just one image on it, and that is the tarot spread for today, after a while gets you into sort of a meditative alpha state. And that allows you to build in the pictures as opposed to seeing the pictures on the screen and not using your imagination, entertaining your eyes. We're entertaining your gray matter, your brain, and you conjure up the images. And of course, the other benefit, as I said, is for multitaskers. Let's say that you want to get up, get a cup of coffee, tea, sandwich, cereal. Doesn't make any difference. You can do that, still listen. It's my job to make sure that I make everything clear, so that you can follow along and make up your own images. So let's begin. Bottom row. Center card, by the way, for the bottom row and top row are the most critical. Okay, center cards. Let's go to the bottom row. Center card, the oracle card is breathe. Breathe. She looks very relaxed, right? Yeah, very, very much. She's centered. She's centered. Or working on same. Breathing is a very, very basic act of life. In fact, it is the single most important thing that you can do to live. Breathe. You can fast, stay away from food or drink for a while. But breathing, you got to do constantly. And in so doing, you have all kinds of benefits, not the least of which it is the single most effective way to deacidify your body, your blood. Taking in oxygen makes everything better in your system. And that very act of deep, relaxed breathing centers you like it apparently is doing for this young lady here. She looks very calm, very centered, very focused. So, that's the energy we're working with today. I'm calling it in the flow. Okay, she's in the flow. So breathing in, breathing out, not resisting, just in and out, in and out. That flow of life. Okay? The bottom cards, that is the cards on the bottom row here, are very powerful cards. We start off with the Ace of Wands. Aces are always about you, most especially when we're doing manifesting readings. And the Ace of Wands talks about creativity, inspiration, beginnings, enthusiasm. In fact, when I look at the wands, I always think of positivity, creativity, enthusiasm. It's that joy of life. It's being plugged into your life. Not simply observing, but participating on a very meaningful, deep level. That may not, to the casual observer, appear meaningful or deep. Doesn't make any difference. It's how it makes you feel. This gal in this card, breathe. Okay? She's plugged in. She's in the flow. So the Ace of Wands, for me, says, yes, this is what you are working toward. This is what you are headed toward. The energy of the flow is moving in your direction if you choose to tap in. Positivity, enthusiasms, new beginnings. In the flow. Ooh, I love it. Next card over is Temperance. Temperance, it says to me basically balancing. Okay? It is a very healing thing. The fact that you're balanced. In fact, you look at this gal in the card here. She looks very balanced, right? Well, that's what temperance is all about. Balancing mind, body, emotions. As the card demonstrates, there's a real balance in the card. You have almost all of the essentials in the card. And so the idea of being in the flow, of breathing in life and then exhaling, that inhale, exhale activity plugs you into your life. That's the Ace of Wands. It also allows you to tap into your healing. That's Temperance. And talking about healing, the next card over is the Star. The Star is definitely healing. It's harmony, though. It's guidance. Again, there's that situation of balance. You notice that this lady is pouring water, emotional, into a pond and on the land. Again, there's that balance. So here you have two cards next to one another. Temperance, which is balance. You have the Star, which is harmony. You, of course, have the Ace of Wands, which is being plugged in. And you have the initial card of Breathe, in the flow. You get the feeling where we're going with this. Yeah, we're talking about finding your sweet spot. Whatever that is, in whatever area of your life, it's different. Dealing with the kids will be something else. Dealing with the spouse will be something else. Work, something else. But the idea of being in the flow. And the final card on the bottom row is something that contributes to all of this as well. It's strength. Okay? It's inner strength, fortitude, patience. So the idea of finding balance, of breathing. Again, you can't breathe once for the whole day and you're good. No, it's a continuing process. It's a continuing process. Essential in that regard. Not that it just keeps you alive, but it's also an energizing, invigorating, cleansing activity. A centering activity. And that's really, in this first row, that's really what we're looking at. The idea of finding a balance, of finding a commitment to being in the flow. Okay, so that means that you have to work on your own. Okay, that you work at your own pace. In this world where it's becoming more computerized. Just heard a story yesterday. I mean, I knew this was coming. We're all kind of getting set up for the robot revolution. As soon as they get this artificial intelligence thing ready, good luck. We're all going to be out of work. And that kind of stands behind everything else that's going on. Yes, you see the activity up front, but what's going on is we're headed towards a robotic revolution. And that's not a good thing for human beings. That does not put you in the flow. And it's even to the point where now doctors are being so restricted for profit and power, and you can name the players in that list. There's a big, long list of them. But for profit and power, doctors are now being relegated to not being doctors. They're being told what to prescribe for you for any given condition. Leading up to the fact that eventually you'll be able to have a robot be your doctor. Anyway, so you can see where we're headed with this thing. Being in the flow is a really complicated sort of a situation. What you're looking for is justice in your life. That's really what you're looking for. So you're looking to find that sweet spot, as I was saying, give you a chance to do that. Justice is fairness, it's truth, but again, it's balance. This whole idea of being balanced really comes out in virtually every card. The next card over is the Ten of Cups. Happiness, contentment, blessings. Again, the idea of a balance so that you have the joys and can appreciate them. But you have a decision. The Two of Swords, next card over. There may be a couple of areas that you need to work on. There may be a couple of ways to work on a particular area. You do have a decision to make. Two of Swords says, yes, that's what you have to do. And right now, you're not making a decision or have not yet made a decision. More information needs to be come in. You're kind of blocking yourself from making a decision. And that's creating a bit of imbalance. So what you have to do is get a different perspective, the Hangman. You have to look at things differently. You got to let go. You have to evaluate how you want to find this balance, where you want to find this balance. You need this new perspective. And to do that, like the Hangman, you have to be vulnerable. You have to be upside down. That goes back to the Two of Swords. You got to make a decision. You want to find that balance or no? Right? You can choose to get in, get out. I suggest getting into that balance. Get into the flow. And the final card, vice versa card, is the Six of Pentacles. Pentacles, of course, are things that you value. Six is reciprocity. Okay? Generosity with yourself. And of course, that means a balance. Okay? If at this point, if you feel cheated, shortchanged in your life, you are allowing it to happen. You need to find that balance. You need to breathe. You need to get in the flow. This whole reading has been about balance, about getting into the flow, finding your own sweet spot in a particular area, or maybe your life in general. But you have a decision to make. That's the Two of Swords. What are you going to do to find that energy, that enthusiasm, that joy of life, that joie de vivre? You breathe. You breathe consciously. Get in the flow. Find that balance. You're going to find everything. So that's the reading for today. More tarot manifesting reading tomorrow. I do a brand new read every day, 365. So I hope you can join me tomorrow. If not, as I say all the time, whenever we get together next to do tarot together, between now and then, peace and blessings.